Kani, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakadash. Yahweh, who the word ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the word ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give double honor to the apostles, a great millstone who has taught me this truth. I want to give you peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach the truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord willing, videos edifying. Lord willing, I can get some in front of this video. Quick video through the Spirit. I haven't gotten into this in a minute, but I want to re-get into it because it's important, right? It's important for men to understand, the things that can be used against you, to make you fall, to make you lose your dignity, to make you lose your self-respect. You can be toyed with, you can be played with if you don't understand these things, okay? And a lot of men, I want to say majority of men, especially in America, are fooled and are conquered by these things, which I'm going to get, okay? The scriptures are, it's instruction, right? And it's a book of wisdom, right? It's instruction, and it's important for you to understand and get this instruction in order for you to live an appropriate lifestyle, okay? It's important. The things that you've been taught here in America are completely adverse to how you're supposed to be as a man, okay? And a real men on the planet Earth is Hebrew Israelite men, okay? That's the only, and really the elect of Jake right now. Those are the only real men left standing, okay? You may got men in the world, but what is a man according to the world? Like in the eyes of the world, well, a man, according to the eyes of the world, is a man that put his woman first, a man that put his children first, a man that break his back, for his disrespectful wife, a man that, when his wife, do some shit, he take her back and forgive her, a man that don't correct his woman on everything, only correct her on some things, a man that, a happy wife, happy life type guy, right? That's looked upon as a thing that's good, and really that's a thing that's bad, okay? That's a thing that's not good for you, okay? Here they shame, real men in a society, right? Now, does a real man provide for his family? Of course, but it's more than just money, okay? Yeah, a real man provides knowledge for his family. A real man provides leadership. A real man provides, a righteous thought process. A real man provides wisdom, stability, right, for his family. A real man doesn't submit himself to his woman. It's not happy wife, happy life. It's happy king, or not a goddamn thing. Okay, a real man does treat his woman right. Okay, a real man ain't running around here, just being a lion in his household. Oh, no. Scriptures tell you not to be a lion in your household, right? But we're not afraid to correct our who needs to be corrected, okay? Because at the end of the day, you got to rule your household. That's part of being a man of the Lord. You got to rule your household, man, to the best of your ability, okay? What I wanted to grab, man, scriptures came to my mind. Here we go with the ads, man. They got to get this shit under control. These apps, man. Let's see. Man, what? Is it dignity? Self-respect. Man, where is it at, man? It's like it. Bear with me. Let me find it, man. Maybe it's here. Dignity. I think it's here. Bear with me, bro. So like it, man. Self-respect. Damn. Uh, man, it's lucky. I might have to just find it like this. It might be here. What is going on, man? Come on, man. But I don't want to work, man. What in the world, man? Let's give it a couple more seconds, man. If it don't pop up, then it's just it is what it is. All right, it is what it is. Basically, the scripture go like it goes don't lose your dignity for a woman. Okay, basically, don't lose your self-respect behind a woman. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these dudes lose their self-respect and their self-worth because they think that this woman is more valuable than them. And what you don't understand is this is a great female con, you've been tricked out of your manhood because women have been overly sexualized. And testosterone is used for many things, but it's a reason why these women are promoted to, damn near incentivized to walk around naked, and showing their ass and titties. And you go online, that's all you see. You go on Instagram, that's all you see is that, right? Every majority of women doing that, showing that. And if they claim to be some type of good girl, so to speak, it's still titty here, titty there. You know what I'm saying? Or they might allude to, they might be hinting at what they're really about, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you just can't be fooled by certain different things, man. These, if you don't got control over it, boy, it'll run your life. Okay? Have control, have self-control, man. And the older, the wiser I get, I ain't gonna say older, the wiser I get, the more I understand that, This is First Ezra, the 3rd chapter. Let's get, bros could read the whole thing. I'm not, just for time purposes, but I just want to grab something real quick. Let me get to the point, man. It says, First Ezra 3:18, it says, and he said, thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine, it causeth all men to err that drink it, and maketh the mind of the king and the fatherless child to be all one, of the bondman and of the free man, of the poor man and of the rich, right? So wine will make a fool out you. Wine will put you on the same level as a man that don't have understanding, as a bondman, a slave man, it'll make you lose your nobility for a moment, okay, until it wear off, right? That's why you got to have control over it. That's why balance, a good balance is everything. A false balance is an abomination, with the Lord, okay? 20, it says, it turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. Okay, let's get that word. Jollity. If my internet is gonna work. Jollity. Let's see what it says. It says jollity means great happiness, cheerfulness. That's like it means great happiness, cheerfulness, or lively enjoyment, especially in a festive or social setting. Examples: the room was filled with laughter and jollity during the holiday party. Despite the cold weather, the festivals was marked by music and jollity. Synonyms: merriment, gaiety, cheer, festivity, joviality, high spirits. It comes from the old French jolif, meaning joyful or festive, which is also the source of the English word jolly. Okay, so that's where that word comes from, right? It says, it says, it turneth Also, every thought into jollity and mirth. Okay, so let's get that word for mirth. Joy. So basically the same thing. Joy, amusement, or laughter. Okay? And what does it do? It says, so that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. Okay, so it's an escape, right, from your trials and tribulation, right? It could be used as that. It says, and it maketh every heart rich, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor, and it maketh to speak all things by talents, right? It says, and when they are in their cups, they forget their love, both to friends and brethren, and a little after draw swords. Yeah, you see some men, right? They get drunk and become hella aggressive, right? Become, just be angry. You know what I'm saying? Just, you don't want to fight, want to do all kind of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you don't get control of that, not only will you be likened unto a base man, right? But you could make unwise decisions like fighting and doing all kind of shit that you don't need to be doing. Okay, right? Scripture say, "Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves." 23 says, "But when they are from the wine, they remember not what they have done." Right? So I'm like, "Oh, I blacked out." So I don't remember what happened last night. I blacked out. Right? It says, "O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus? And when he had spoken, he held his peace." So you got, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was 3 men trying to figure out what was strongest, right? Was it the women? Was it the king? Or was it the wine? Right? Hold on. The first row, wine is the strongest. The second row, the king is the strongest. 12, the third row, women are the strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory. Okay, boom. So that's what it was about, right? So let's grab this. It says, then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, "O ye men, do not men excel in strength that bear rule over sea and land and all things in them? But yet the king is more mighty, for he is Lord of all these things, and hath dominion over them. And whatsoever he commandeth them, they do." Right? So he's saying, so because he looking like, okay, well, the king got power over men. King can send men to war. Right? King change laws. The king dictate shit. Right? King got followers. Right? So he looking at it like that. Okay? Which, in hindsight, yeah, the king got power. Right? But pay attention. Okay? It says, and this is very important, right? That you get this. Okay? It says, if he bid them make war the one against the other, they do it. If he send them out against the enemies, they go and break down mountains, walls, and towers. They slay and are slain and transgress not the king's commandment. If they get the victory, they bring all to the king as well, the spoil as all these things. So he looking at it like, man, these men come back with spoils after they didn't fulfill what the king asked them to do as far as war, right? It says, like, so the king is strong, right? When you think about it, right? The king is strong. He got power, right? So you think. It says, likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but use husbandry, when they have reaped again that which they had sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king. And yet he is but one man. If he command to kill, they kill. If he command to spare, they spare. If he command to smite, they smite. If he command to make desolate, they make desolate. If he be command to build, they build. If he command to cut down, they cut down. If he command to plant, they plant. So all his people and his armies obey him. Furthermore, he lieth down, he eateth and drinketh, and taketh his rest. And these keep watch round about him. Neither may any one depart and do this own business, neither disobey they him in anything. O ye men, how should not the king be mightiest, when in such sort he is obeyed, and he held his tongue? Right? So he said, how the king can't be mighty when they do it? Everybody obey him. They do what he asks them to do, when he asks them to do it, and how they ask him to do it, how he asks them to do it. Right? And they pay tribute to him. 13 says, then the third who has spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. Zerubbabel, right? Now, and this was the man that was right. Now check this out. Remember how powerful the king was, right? Oh, ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Right? Women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yeah, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? In letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her that slaketh than unto silver or gold, or any goodly thing whatsoever? Because if you think about it, what do men get even to this day? They get all these things: cars, clothes, money, jewelry, all that. What? To impress a woman, or to get the attention of a woman. People want clout, fame, things of that nature to get women. Okay, that's what men, that's what men do, right? It says, a man leaveth his own father that brought him up in his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife. It remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. Yeah, it's woman. And I seen men do that. I mean, I literally see men that come from a country, come here and forget everything, forget the culture that he came from, forget how they treated women back where he from, and all, and got fooled by this American woman, and now the nigga done changed his religion and all kind of shit, right? To her religion, to her rule, in order to be with her. You niggas are some of the weakest niggas known to man. You weak ass nigga. How the fuck you let a bitch change your beliefs? She don't even believe. But anything to keep and praise this bitch. Because what you really worship is her. You don't worship the Lord. Oh, pussy whipped ass niggas, man. Weak ass niggas, man. This man, and you think the woman gonna gain respect for you? This hoe say be a Jehovah's Witness, and here your ass go. You was a so-called Christian, and now you flip-flop the man. Quick testimony, right? I had a Arabic woman some years back, right? We was together for a couple of years, and she was a Muslim, right? She the bitch from Yemen, but kind of grew up in Ethiopia and all that. Then she came to, America when she was young, right? So she came over here, you know what I'm saying, on that Muslim shit, whatever. Her family Muslim, dad Muslim, mom Muslim, family, whatever, right? They go to the mosque and shit, or they went to the mosque and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, one day, she was telling me basically how weak niggas were for her, you know what I'm saying? Like her ex, right, was her ex was another Judite dude, you know what I'm saying? This nigga he was a Christian, but he flipped to being a Muslim for her. And you know what she told me? She told me that was he was weak. He had no backbone for that. Right? This is a woman that made a man flip his religion. Forget his whole religion and be a Muslim, go to the mosque and wear certain things and this and that for this bitch. Right? Man, don't you know, and not to be too explicit, but don't you know, like the bitch practiced Ramadan and all that shit, right? She came to my house. She's like, oh, I can't do certain things during Ramadan. I'm like, bitch, Allah don't run nothing in here. Go in that room and do what I shit to do. I'll be in there in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Don't you know she so-called broke her so-called Ramadan, or whatever the fuck it's called? Listen, man, I serve Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. Period. Okay? Period. And I stand on that. I stand on that. I stand on that. You understand? Ain't no bitch finna come here and tell me, change your God, change your, man, you niggas is some of the weakest niggas in the world. She even said it, man, he was weak for that. So she told him, she was like, he don't even know what the religion is about. And he changed for me. Like, that was weak. Right? I told her this, man, listen, check this out. Because she was like, oh, when we have a son, he's going to be Muslim. Tell me why I was never able to get this woman pregnant. I was never able to get this woman pregnant. And this woman was taking pills to make herself more fertile so I can get her pregnant. I was never able to get her pregnant. The moment I wrote her a bill of divorce and kicked her ass to the curb, she got pregnant by another nigga. Man, have a backbone, man. We ain't, listen, she submit to us. We don't submit to them. Okay? Man, yeah, I couldn't, I'm like, I can't get this bride pregnant. What's going on? I can't get her pregnant. But, and I was trying to get her pregnant before, that she mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get her, I was really into this woman, man. You know what I'm saying? Really into this bride, man. Bride did everything, I liked. Looked how I liked everything, right? But at the same time, at the end of the day, I serve Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? And the Lord delivered me out of that situation. Because I would have had a child by that one, the Lord. The water Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the water. Kahalo Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All praises, all honor, all glory due. I got delivered up out of that situation, and let the portion of a sinner fall upon her, man. And now she got pregnant by one dude, then turned around and got pregnant by another dude. She got 2 different children with 2 different dudes. And it happened quick. I think like a year, I could be mistaken, but I think like a year later, after I broke up with her, she got pregnant by another dude. A Judite dude, or something like that. And then I end up having to see a son, with another woman, You know what I'm saying? So, that I'm with, actually. You know what I mean? So it just goes to the Lord to deliver you up out of situations, man. Okay? Because, hey, man, it get. That's why you gotta pray. You gotta pray hard. I'm telling you, pray hard, boy. Cause man, Satan was working on that woman, man. You know what I'm saying? And she couldn't get me by the grace of the Lord, but she got them sinners, man. You know what I'm saying? One Judite and one heathen. Okay. This is 1 Ezra 4. In where was that? So like in 1 Ezra 4 and 22, it says, by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? Yeah, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion and goeth in the darkness, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth to his love. Right, niggas, and they do all this shit to this day. Nigga go rob you, kill you, you know what I'm saying, shoot you till you catch on fire. Nigga stab you to his arm, fall out of socket behind this woman, boy. If you got something he need to go please his bride, man. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Right? It says, yeah, man, you see how strong that little thing that they got is? That's why you gotta be, bro. If you don't, that's why you gotta, pray that you have power over that shit, man. because they use it to be deceptive. They know what you want. That's why even if you want it, act like you don't want it. Act like, hey, baby, you got to come with more than that. Shit, every nigga done had that. I don't want that. I want what's between your ears. Now, if I can't have that, you can keep what's between your legs. Yeah. Yeah, don't be just giving, man. You're way more valuable than this bride, man. And a lot of niggas don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? That post-nut clarity really tell you how you really feel about this bride. Like, man, she ain't even important after you get done. Be real. Be real. Look at things for what it is and not what you want it to be. When you look at things for what you want it to be, that's how you get deceived and fooled and shit. You know what I'm saying? Make her earn it. Man, hey, did you earn that piece of me? This woman been disrespectful all week, and here you go trying to lay with this bride. You know what I'm saying? This woman didn't, left you on red, this and that. Ooh, blase, blase. Stood you up 4-5 times. Right? Then she get bored and text you for attention, and here you go texting her. So she could play with you. To that nigga she really like, text her back. But don't be no doormat for these bitches. If she can't respect you, she don't deserve nothing else. Period, man. It says, yeah, many there have run out of their wits for women. Yeah, ran out of their mind, lost their mind for women and became servants for their sakes. Many also have perished and have erred and sinned for women. And now do you not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him, and upon me the king's concubine. Listen to this. The daughter of the admirable Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown off the king's head and setting it upon her own head. What that's telling you? Like, I'll run it. Give me that crown. This mine. She also struck the king with her left hand, hitting. Bow. Can a man touch him? But yet this bride, this concubine could touch him. Man, stop it. Now check this part out. And yet for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, she laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter that she might be reconciled to him again, right? So he became her what we call dancing monkey, right? Anything to please her. Happy wife, happy life. She looks sad. Let me flatter. She look happy. Let me join in. Oh, ye men, how can it be but women should be strong, seeing they do thus? Then the king and the princes looked upon one another, so he began to speak of the truth. O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course. For he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day. Is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth, and stronger than all things. Okay? So the truth is stronger than this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know why? Because this will give you power, and this will give you knowledge and intelligence on how to deal with how to deal with women, how to deal with wine, how to deal with power, how to deal with people, how to deal with rich people, how to deal with poor people, how to deal with a boss at your job, how to deal with certain people in your family, how to deal with how to have good character, right? How to deal with your enemies, how to pray, what the Lord like, what the Lord hates. Okay, it says all the earth. Remember 35 back, it says, is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore great is the truth, and stronger than all things. Remember that. Okay? All the earth crieth upon the truth, and the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it is no unrighteous thing. Okay? Wine is wicked. The king is wicked. Women are wicked. All the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works. And there is no truth in them, and there is in their unrighteousness also they shall perish. As for the truth, it endureth, and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. With her, right, her wisdom, there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she doeth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things, and all men do well like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the Most High power of truth. Okay? So the truth reigns supreme above the things that were being compared to it. Remember that. Okay? These are things we have to remember, man. Okay? So, loading videos edifying. Loading Akim got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kwakadash. Brothers keep pushing. On to the next. Shalom.